He needs accountability. He needs company.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think
same
about
for
it.
me.
I'm not saying a
'cause
watchdog. I'm not saying he needs a
Never
watchdog.
been by
No.
himself.
Me neither have I.
Jonah literally came out with anxiety. That is what 100% has to do with, you know, not, it just not being suitable to live alone.
I'm worried about you. My phone just
Who
went
was
off.
texting you?
It was Heidi.
What?
Hey, I got Nana Poppies last night. They seem to not have very much motivation. My sister Heidi is spending Christmas Eve and the holidays up at my parents' house, and she sends me a text to give me an update on Nana and Poppy. This seems to be the same scenario as Thanksgiving last month, except Poppy is in bed and not on the floor.
Because at Thanksgiving,
When she got there, she found him on the floor.
yeah, when she got there, he was on the floor and he couldn't get up.
Poppy's situation and health hasn't changed, but Mom seems to be losing her willingness to help and do the simple things each day. We need to sit down here soon after the holidays and come up with a plan.
I have been telling y'all for quite a while that y'all have got to get things in place because his level of care is not sufficient. We've got to.
Well, that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Just,
And then with Nana, I do think things are changing with Nana as far as cognitively, for sure.
Mom doesn't have any motivation. Dad, physically and mentally now, can't get up and give her the motivation. Say, we need to go walking, or we just need to get out and go shopping, whether we need anything or not. He just can't do that. So, and if nobody ever motivated Mom or pushed her, she doesn't do things. We do need to figure out what we're gonna do with Nana Poppy.
Yeah. Living on their own is no longer working. And living on their own an hour and 15 minutes away from us is no longer working.
I don't think they could do another year.
No.
If we brought Poppy here, I mean, we have a house full right now.
Yeah. I don't know where we would put him.
There's not another.
But I don't even know that bringing your dad here is sufficient enough. Your dad needs 24-hour care. I mean, truthfully, it's end-of-life care. He needs 24-hour care. We can't give that to him. We physically, mentally, emotionally cannot give that to him.
My dad's a fine man. He's a good man. He's by the book. You know, no alcohol, no tobacco, no swearing. He's a by the book man, and he always provided, and that was his number one job. And he's 90 years old now. I'm prepared. I'm ready.
As you can be.
Yeah, as you can be.
But right now, I think it's most important to basically plan for end of life. And that's not saying that like we're gonna die tomorrow or next month or next year, but we are at that final stages in their life. And
when you reach 90 years old, you've made it.
Well, time is ticking for that.
Oh, I know where it is.
So you guys need to go and do that.
I gotta do that, and I gotta get my vertigo.
Yeah, your vertigo. Like, what are we gonna do about this?
I'm just gonna ask to write me orders for an MRI to get a baseline. It really sucks sometimes getting old. So the new stage of our life for Amber and I is it's busy and it's hectic. Trying to make sure that our family at our home is operating as smoothly as possible, and then trying to figure out what the best options and the next steps are for Nana Poppy. Is just sometimes it can become overwhelming and hectic and stressful. Where's Alex at?
He's on his way. He's over at Ryan and Sean's.
Our home is busy. Jesse's done got to where like he don't know when to bark and when not to bark.
People are coming and going, different schedules. Really, truly, we just kind of roll with it. Liz, is Bryce eating dinner tonight?
We're working late tonight, so he'll get whatever whenever he comes through here after work.
It's always progressive. No, everybody's, Jonah will walk in halfway through the meal.
Dinner is ready usually between 6 and 6:30, but even when people come home later to eat dinner, we still all kind of congregate and hang, some of us to be in there
We
to
try to
talk
circle
and-
back in there.
Yeah.
I can do this. Do you want me to do this, Ellen?
Yeah. Just put it in the bowls and
We've seen a maturing difference in Alex and Emma since, I guess, finding out and the baby being here.
I think
It's kind of like that stepping up even more.
yeah, to that like aunt and uncle role.
Even though Emma has a niece, her picture on her phone is still daggum Taylor Swift.
She came first before her, so I'm sorry. But I still love Leighton.
Okay, so Emma, when you get a boyfriend,
Taylor Swift.
My phone lock screen is just a picture of me and Allie.
Not even Leighton either.
I mean, I have her on my home screen. It's,
You do?
It's Allie holding Leighton. So yes, Leighton is represented in my phone.
Liz, are you ready to head back to work?
Nope. Even though it's really soon, I'm not ready. Because I don't want to leave you.
Mama's got to go to work.
Yeah, I know. I do.
Going back to work, I'm pretty nervous, just being so used to being with her every day. That's gonna be a pretty big change because my hours, they are pretty late, and I just hope I don't miss any like big things that happen with her, but I have to provide for her. Our goal now is to buy a house, so me, Leighton, Bryce can go out on our own. A year is my goal, by her first birthday, hopefully.
What if not everyone wants Parmesan?
Yeah, don't put Parmesan on everybody's.
7:30, it just got off.
Jeez, I spun around
Yeah.
too fast. Even before I came outside, Amber said, please be careful. Don't hit your head with a weight. And it's like, I'm just doing easy, light stuff. But when I sat up, it triggered a really bad dizzy spell. We're calling it vertigo, but at this point, we don't know what it is.
You all right, or?
Yeah, just gotta take a minute. I spun off the bench too fast. We're straining too much. I ain't been out here long.
It's unfortunate it's become the normal because there's not you can do besides wait, and it's annoying. It takes up hours out of your day if you do have a spell, and it's something that if it keeps on happening, it obviously worries you more, so you don't really want to see him like this.
It's settling down now, but I just gotta get it all figured out. Story of my life right now. How many late nights have you worked?
If you're there, your work would still close.
Do you like this dealership better than anything?
Yeah, and you get part of a well-organized group. It definitely sets the tone for how you produce. Work's been going good, long hours, but great pay. Learning a lot as I go. Where I'm at now is where I probably would have wanted to have been 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was going through some chronic anxiety, forcing me to move back in with my parents. But you can't look at the past. Savings is good. I mean, that's why I'm here now. It's just to put money aside, save up.
I just don't want you to get burned
understand
out.
No, I'm not getting burned out. I'm not getting burned out.
Yeah,
But like, there's times where I get tired. I mean, you know this as well as I do. You sit in front of customers all day and you're selling yourself. By the time you get home, your brain's fried. And then having to carry a conversation with the people back home or messaging Ashley, I mean, she knows that now. The energy may not always be there, but at least the time is in calling and stuff. Ashley and I have been working 2 busy schedules, catch up as much as we can. I'm lucky to have a person to understand me and what I do, and you definitely take a step back and realize what you have.
When's Ashley planning to come back down?
She's planning on coming down in a few weeks, more towards Valentine's Day, so.
I'm glad to hear that Ashley is coming down to visit. This will give Amber and I an opportunity to have this discussion with Jonah and Ashley together. When Jonah moves out again, he does not need to move out and live alone. He needs to move in with somebody. He needs a companion. He needs a roommate, someone to help hold him accountable. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How's your mom and dad?
They're doing good.
Yeah.
Working all the time, but they're doing good.
We don't see Ashley often. It's usually 2-3 times a year. We typically, kind of catch up. Hey, where you at? What you doing? Jonah isn't one to really want to talk about it when Ashley's not here. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's fine. She's fine. Family's fine. Everything's fine.
How's your work going?
It's good.
crazy, ready for summer.
We're ready for summer and 30 more years of school teaching.
Yep.
So Ashley has a total of about 2.5 years. She'll finish up her degree and then I believe only have to teach a full school year. And after you've done one full teaching year, your loan is paid off.
If Ashley is going to be like finish with your school, and then what is y'all's plan?
Move down here.
If y'all are still in love and a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's the case. Then,
Move down here.
Yeah.
Move down here. Yeah.
I mean, with the 3 years, man, I mean, there's no reason for me to go seek out a house or get an approval for rent and all this, and then just to turn around and,
And then have to
I mean,
do
there's
it
not
again.
really a...
Well,
I'm hoping you would agree with
Especially
me.
with saving money, too.
He doesn't need to live by himself.
Oh,
No.
Yeah,
He needs
no.
accountability. He needs company.
yeah.
well,
I mean,
think
same
about
for
it.
me.
I'm not saying a
'cause
watchdog. I'm not
No.
saying he needs a
Never
watchdog.
been by
No.
himself.
Me neither have I.
Mom and Dad learned that when we pushed him out and we told him, you're either going to live in this house and pay us rent, or you live on your own and you pay your own bills, he decided to live on his own. And all three of us learned quickly that that was not a good setup for Jonah.
You know, being that I lived with a roommate for close to a year, him and I had the same headspace, and it was ultimately the wrong headspace. We took full advantage of freedom, and it got the best of us. From how I grew up to now, I've maintained that fear of not being alone, but the fear of ultimately wanting to have either a companion, whether it be a best friend or just somebody I trust deeply. That ultimately is where I thrive in doing good and having that companion to live with.
Jonah grew up being like right here.
When Elizabeth was born, Jonah looked at Elizabeth and said, you sleep in the crib, I sleep between Mom and Dad.
Yep. What he did.
And then we were like, Jonah, you're 14, it's time to go get in your room.
Jonah literally came out with anxiety. That is what 100% has to do with, you know, not, it just not being suitable to live alone.
I'm really against Jonah living by himself. And the reason why is because he's been on such a good track record and he's done
yeah.
well. I mean, he almost got Salesman of the Month last year.
You're gonna bring up you almost got.
Okay, but that's a pusher. That's a
Yeah.
that's a pusher to
keep going.
to keep going, and you'll get it. You
harder.
will. Your boss didn't write notes on that paper for no reason. He wrote notes on that paper because he knows you can do
Yeah,
it.
it's on everybody.
So, but we're only worried about Jonah's. So,
True.
Got to be worried about other people if you want to get Salesman of the Month. Which one is it?
I'm worried about you. I'm not worried about you. I'm on your team. And Ashley's team, so.
Since the last time that we sat down with Jonah and Ashley and talked to them about their relationship, I definitely think that their relationship has strengthened and grown. I think that I have the feeling that it is working for the two of them.
All right,
Y'all
ready
ready?
to go?
Yeah.
I do think there's longevity in the relationship. They are committed to each other, and it sounds like they have a plan. You're a good cook.
Have a couch. Okay, good. Good to see you.
Yes, thank you. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yes. Today, I am going to see Dr. Galen. Trent and I have seen Dr. Galen as a couple. We've seen him as a family. A lot has changed since we last saw you.
In a good way?
Yeah, in a good way, but also a way that presents, you know, obviously more stress and more demands. I enrolled in college, and my daughter Elizabeth and her boyfriend have a baby now. We have a grandbaby.
Oh,
a beautiful grandbaby.
congratulations.
Thank you. I wouldn't change that for the world. However, when the baby came into the picture, Trent and I said, well, we think it's smartest to come back home, start saving your money, and this way too you'll have support.
It's Bryce, right?
Yes.
Did Bryce move home with Elizabeth?
Bryce lives majority at our house.
Okay. So three people moved back in.
And Jonah's been home for a couple years, and now a baby.
Okay.
I think where my biggest struggle is right now is this was like supposed to be my year. And I don't want to say that we're raising our grandchild because we're not. Elizabeth is very involved. She's a very wonderful mom.
Okay.
But we are doing a lot because of inadequate planning.
Okay, so the emotion you're feeling
Yes.
around this is
Anger.
even though Amber is very resilient and very capable, she's in over her head. So I have some concerns. You call it anger. You might also call it resentment. You had plans, and resentment is spawned when there's a discrepancy between the way you expect things to be and the way they are. It can turn into some things like discouragement and anxiety and even sadness or depression.
So talking with Dr. Galen, I expressed that, I have like anger with the Bryce Liz situation. They unexpectedly had a child together. They obviously weren't ready. There have been times I get bitchy or I get crabby or I get short, and then I just shut down. And I don't want that to happen.
How do you want to feel through all this? Right now, you're feeling resentment.
I think peace and like just gratefulness
What do you need to think to feel peace?
that everything's going to be okay.
Okay, is that true?
I feel like it is because I know Elizabeth well enough that it is going to be okay. But at the same time, I think Trent and I both are at fault for this. We did life completely on our own, and we had kids early, and we struggled. Trent was working 3 jobs just to get us groceries for the next week or whatever. And of course, we don't want any of our kids to have to struggle. But then I'm like, am I really helping my kids that way? Because I feel like Trent and I learned how to work together. I worry that Elizabeth and Bryce wouldn't be able to work together to get through the struggle. I have expressed my concerns and my feelings with Elizabeth, but, Elizabeth is very quick to shut it down, to become very defensive with Bryce, and to say, it's fine, I'll fix it, it'll be better.
You just said Trent and I learned to be a team through adversity. But you also said, I want to take that opportunity away from Elizabeth and Bryce. Because
Time in the past has proved that they didn't become stronger. They became weaker,
Okay.
and they split up. And now we have a baby involved.
Having Bryce and Elizabeth living at home with us, it's hard not to step in sometimes and show them a better way. Now, I think if Bryce and Elizabeth lived alone, they would probably be more forced to figure it out, like in the middle of the night when she's fussing. We don't want to overstep the boundaries, but it's tough for good parents to not help their children.
you're trying to reduce stress. There's a very simple principle. It's we feel what we focus on. And we can change how we feel by changing our focus. If you narrow this down to one day at a time, you're not having to plan Elizabeth's life. You're not having to plan Leighton's school, where she's going, where she's going to be a cheerleader.
Yes.
So if you can practice that principle, let's do this one day at a time, you'll be amazed at how much pressure will be taken off of you. Just give me 3 things you're going to do that are going to be helpful.
Number 1, I think allow Liz and Bryce to do more. Number 2, I want to come back to focusing more on the family and not fixing Elizabeth and Bryce. And then number 3, focusing on Trent and I. because I feel like if I don't have that, I won't have anything.
Yeah. Even though Amber is very resilient and very capable, she just got in over her head. And she wants to come in a few times, so I'll see her in the future. And anxious to see her get back on track.
I mean, it's a lot easier said than done. I'm always thinking ahead. I can't just think about today because I got all these other people that are like, okay, so what are we doing this weekend? What's going on? When am I gonna need it? Blah, blah, blah. How do you just live in a day? Don't know how to do that.
Today we are visiting Nana and Poppy, and also meeting Heidi up here to visit, and also to have an important conversation with Nana and Poppy. Do you want to sit in here and visit with us?
Move that table.
Okay. Do you want to sit in
I
here?
want to go to the kitchen.
Do you want to sit in here and visit with us?
He can't hear you.
That's how y'all stay happy together.
I know. He don't hear me and I don't hear him.
Trent and I have had conversations over the last few years about Nana and Poppy and their declining health and living so far away from the family. But, you know, now is really the time that we need to make decisions on what, you know, needs to be done for the both of them.
We have to start making plans for you and Poppy to downsize and figure out a better, more healthier way of living. If Poppy fell down,
Yeah.
which has happened a few
Yeah.
times, you can't get him up.
No, I call Bill.
Well, as much as we appreciate your great neighbors, and we really do,
I know.
you can't just be totally reliant on them when you have us.
Well, I don't want to be in a nursing home.
We're not talking about
We're
no
not
nursing
talking
home.
about nursing
No.
I think they'd call us up and tell us to come get her anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, ha ha.
Right now, the plan would be that you live in with Heidi and Ella. Poppy's going to be the biggest challenge. Whether we find an assisted living place, we will see him every day. One of us will see him every day.
Poppy has reached the stage where he needs 24-hour care, and he's not being given it right now. I don't know that Trent and I can provide that, so we have started looking into options. And, you know, as far as Nana, she's not quite to that level yet, but if action doesn't happen, we're just gonna continue marching to the same beat. And what will eventually happen is one of them will go, and then it's gonna be scrambling to get the other one situated somewhere. And
when you scramble and you start jumping and you typically won't make the best decisions, or you have to settle to put your parents somewhere.
It sounds like y'all ready to pack us up and get us out right now.
We tried to start this 2 or 3 years ago, but
Well, we're still doing okay.
no.
You're doing okay, but okay's not good enough.
Well, what do we need to do to improve?
You need to be around people. You're
Yeah.
just around you and Dad, and y'all can't even really have a good conversation between the two of you because of your hearing loss. And we've tried to fix that with Dad, and he's not having it. So we're just have accepted it with 90 years old. You know, he can choose that. But for you, Mom, you're 12 years younger than him. You still got 12 years till you reach Dad's point. That's a long time.
I know it.
But if you don't change, and if you don't make
You're not
improvements,
gonna make
you're not
it
going
to
to see
90.
90.
You just need to be closer to your family.
Well, I know they're right. Okay, I mean, I'm not one of these. I'm not stupid or anything. I know they're right, but it's reality. It's just putting it in motion. We've been in this house forever. It's just got a lot of not only the memories, but I mean, you know, you're just comfortable. It's like being in your bed, pulling your cover all up and snuggling all down in there. You know, you're comfortable.
Y'all have lived a great life here in this house, and it's not going to be easy
Yeah.
making these changes
Right.
at all, because this is the only house. This is the only house Trent and I ever knew,
Yeah.
and so it's not just you; it's us too.
Yeah, I know.
But you're more important than this house. You need to be around your family, Mom. You've always loved your family. If nothing else I can say that I've gained from you, it's just the love.
Yeah.
Well, we need to give that back.
Yeah.
But you need to allow us to do that.
let
Yeah.
us.
and you're not. So as hard as I think it's going to be for my mom and dad to move from our childhood home, it will be hard for us as well. You know, we had 2 clubhouses out here, the boys and the girls.
We had backyard golf, riding go-karts, dirt bikes, mini bikes. Poppy used to call it all the time. He used to call it Grand Central Station. Every time we'd walk through that door, we'd bring a new kid in.
We just had our overnight sleepovers with the whole cul-de-sac, and they lived here because my mom was a good cook, and not everybody had a mom like we had. And I want her to be able to have that back and to have her family surrounded by her and my dad. You will be happy. You're not gonna,
You just got
you
to
don't
make
want
that
to
change.
do the change yourself, and we understand that, and that's why we're gonna do it for you. But I think once it's done, you'll be so happy, Mom.
The biggest challenge and the biggest obstacle for Nana is the fear of change.
Sometimes it's a hard realization, but yet you realize where you are in life. You know, it's your mobility and remembering stuff. It's part of growing up in the aging process. I'm not senile yet or anything, but yet I know it's on down the road because I'm 78. And it's just knocking at the door.
These are things that we really have to work on
Yeah.
and make happen
Okay.
within the next couple
Couple
months.
months.
All you have to do is
Put on your bedroom
put on your
slippers.
bedroom shoes and go get in the car.
Basically, our next step is to pack them up and move them out.
We'll physically start visiting assisted living homes, nursing homes for Poppy. Heidi needs to get her home set up for Nana. And then, of course, getting this home together and on the market to give them a substantial amount of income to help take care of them and support them for the remainder of their life.